Hey everyone, Chris here. Thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of Darktoylord Reviews. So today we're going to take a look at, actually right now I'm just recording a blanket intro because what I want to do, I want to get more Mass Effect content on my channel. So I'm going back through the Toybox, if you will, digging up these older Mass Effect action figures. Came out, I want to say, around 2011, 2012. I don't remember exactly. But I have the first two series. This is actually the only two series for the Mass Effect 2 toy line. Initially slated to be released by DC Direct. The first series was plagued with so many delays that BioWare actually dropped DC Direct as being the distributor of the action figures. The first series came out, but the second series, which was kind of in a limbo, was finally picked up and released by a company by the name of Big Fish. So I would have liked to have gotten more action figures from the series, but definitely happy for what we did get. So we had a total of 8 figures released, 2 series. Characters included Miranda, Grunt, Tally, Legion, Shepard, Garrus, Morden, and Thane. So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking a look at these one at a time, and yeah, just take a trip down memory lane. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Series 1 Commander Shepard action figure. So obviously this is not a Fem Shep. They only did the male version of Shepard for this toy line. I no longer have the packaging for any of these figures, so I'm going to throw a stock image up right here so you can see what the packaging used to look like. That being said, let's go ahead and get our height measurement out of the way first. I'm going to grab my trusting tape measure. And Shepard comes in at about 7 inches tall. In regards to accessories, he came packaged with the display stand that he's using right now. He came with his removable helmet. Let me go ahead and focus on that for you. You can see it has the N7 logo right there. I got some nice paint apps on this and some very nice detailing on such a small accessory. Moving on, he also has his M8 Avenger rifle. And he's got the M8 right there. Again, some nice paint apps on this. And a lot of nice detail went into the design of the accessories alone. I'm going to zoom in on Shepard's head sculpt real quick. So they did a pretty decent job, I want to say, with the actual sculpt. Nice sculpt, definitely. And the paint apps for the facial scruff and the buzz cut that he has came out nice as well. I'm not sure if it's 100 spot on to the default Shepard that we get in the game. I had my custom character, so this looks nothing at all like my character. And I think that's one of the hard things I have when it comes to Commander Shepard toys, is no matter how great the toy is going to be, it's not going to be my Shepard. But the easy fix for that is we're just going to go ahead and take the helmet, pop that on, and there you go. All of a sudden, he is now my Shepard. So you can take the rifle and place it in his hand like so. And he's one of the better figures out of the series where he actually does a decent job holding onto his rifle. So with this particular figure, I'm not too concerned about the rifle falling out of his hand and getting lost. So we already got a nice close-up of both the helmet as well as Shepard's head sculpt, but let's go ahead and take a look at the actual N7 armor that he's wearing. So you can see they were very good at the attention to detail on this particular sculpt. It doesn't look like they got lazy at all from all the panel work here in the chest piece. Nice paint application for the N7 stripe going down his right arm. And even there on the back, you got all this spine work and armor. So yeah, very meticulous when it came to the actual detailing of the toy. let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. Now, I do want to say that Shepard is the most articulate when it comes to all the action figures in this toy line. His head can move side to side, and it's got a little bit of up and down motion as well. His shoulders can spin or go up and down, as well as outward motion. There is some restriction because this shoulder pad, actually both shoulder pads, are fixed, so they do restrict the movement. The elbow has almost 90 degrees there, just a little bit shy. His wrist can swivel around. And his left hand has this kind of open pose, so there's really not that much you're going to do with it. I'd say you could probably put it underneath the Avenger when he's holding his rifle, but yeah, the arms just don't connect, so you really can't pull off that pose. So those joints are duplicated in the other arm. He has upper torso pivot right there. So this pivot right here negates the need to have a waist joint. But you do have your hips, so the legs can kick back and come forward. That's about the range of motion there. You have a hinge on the knee, as well as a swivel. Now, I can't remember if this is the way it was right out of the package, but you can see this is a little bit loose, but it hasn't been a huge deal. He's not actually fallen down ever. And then his ankles can spin, and they also can move up and down. And just like the arms, those points of articulation are duplicated on the other leg. Okay, so there you have it. This is the Mass Effect 2 Series 1 Commander Shepard action figure. And like I said, the first series was released by DC Direct, later switching over to Big Fish. I can't say enough good things about this particular action figure in the series. They are kind of pricey now if you're buying them in the second-hand market. But if you're a Mass Effect fan, this is definitely a must-have. And if you can afford it, you don't have it and you can afford it, definitely recommend picking it up. He is on his display stand. He seemed pretty sturdy on his feet. He might not need that. I definitely need it for the reviews because this the textured surface I do my reviews on. But on the toy shelf, he did a pretty decent job of just being able to stand on his own. If you have any questions at all, please let me know down below. As always, I do thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode, we'll talk to you later.